From beautiful Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, welcome inside Goodman Stadium for a USL Eastern Conference tussle featuring Bethlehem Steel FC against defending champion Rochester Rhinos. Steel FC started this season logged 6-game homestand with 2 shutouts over Pittsburgh and Wilmington, but Bethlehem could not find the back of the net against in-state rival City Islanders FC on Thursday. Welcome inside the booth. I'm Dave Leto. Matt Castle is off today. Gwen Begley is along in just a bit. Steel FC with the loss on Thursday now slides back into 9th place. Keep in mind, 8 teams advance to the playoffs in both the Western and Eastern Conference in the USL, and only a pallid 6 points separate Rochester and Steel FC. These teams last met on May 28th in a 2-2 draw. Steel FC led for the bulk of that matchup up until a goal in the very last play by Joseph Farrell. Rochester comes into this matchup on a gargantuan 6-game unbeaten streak and also had a midweek game of their own, a 1-1 draw at Toronto FC 2. They've been getting a lot of production out of their high striker in Christian Volesky. He has scored in back-to-back games for Rochester. He is a 2015 draft pick of the Portland Timbers. He will look to make some timely runs, press high, and stretch Steel FC's back line. To counter Volesky today, Bethlehem's captain Ryan Richter has been very potent on the attack, coming high up the flank from his right back position. He, along with Derek Jones, paces the club with a team-high 3 goals and is a terrific option on set pieces and restarts. It's the second and last regular season meeting between the clubs and the second game in 4 days for Steel FC. Starting lineups and the kickoff from Goodman are coming up next. Welcome back to Goodman Stadium, where Steel FC hosts Rochester in a bitter Eastern Conference showdown. Now time for the starting lineups, brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network, the official healthcare provider of Bethlehem Steel FC. First for Rochester, Adam Grinwis is making his second consecutive start. Apostolopoulos returns to the lineup for the first time since June 25th. Forbes and James look to provide services to Garzi, Dos Santos, and Volesky. Meanwhile, for Steel FC, Matt Jones makes his second consecutive start between the sticks. Same back line as Thursday with Bibbs and Anderson as central defenders. However, up front, Gabe Gise and Sekou Kone attack with Cole Misimo. Steel FC is led by Brendan Burke, whose club is now 4-3-2 at home. He called last week's first-half performance as one of the sloppiest, so he and his staff are looking for a vastly improved start to today's game against the defending champions. And speaking of Rochester, Bob Lilly manages the club for a third straight season. He also coached the Rhinos from 2009 to 2011. A native of Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, Lilly had a successful indoor soccer playing career at Hershey, Harrisburg, and Pittsburgh. And for more, we say good afternoon to Gwen Begley on the sidelines.
Thank you, Dave. It's another hot one out today. They say 94 degrees, but I think they left out a 1 there because it feels more like 194 degrees. The only saving grace is that there is cloud cover, so the sun isn't out as much. Now, as you were saying before, one of the last game, the first half, was one of the worst that we've seen from this team, but Brendan Burke was excited about the quick turnaround from Thursday here to Sunday. Now, hopefully the heat could be a benefit because last game, Josh Hurd scored a goal while he said he was blacked out. He said he doesn't even remember the goal because he was blacked out from the heat, so maybe we'll see some more of that today. Hopefully they'll stay healthy, though. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you very much, Gwen. Yes, the temperatures are very hot. It is a scorcher out there. You see it feels like 99 degrees. Keep in mind there will be hydration breaks. More on that in a little bit. But there will be one in each half because of the increasing temperatures today. This is the second and last regular season meeting between the clubs. Steel FC at home in the dark blue jerseys. Conversely, Rochester on the road in the visiting yellows. Our match referee is Matthew France. The ARs, Mark Trellman, Dustin Killick, the fourth official, Daniel Panulo Jr. Steel FC right now sits at 9th in the Eastern Conference standings. Rochester in 5th as the 2015 champions. Matthew France blows his whistle, and we are underway this afternoon from Goodman Stadium. So the two guys that will be playing up high for Rochester, Christian Valesky and Steven Dos Santos, both of them have been studs for Bob Lilly's unit. Valesky with 6 goals this year, Dos Santos with 4. As we documented in the open, back-to-back games Valesky has scored. Throw for Bradley Camden. Looking up top for Valesky. Turgo with the through ball that was too far. Anderson will play back to Matt Jones. So here's Jones on loan for the Philadelphia Union, the second consecutive start for him. 30 years old from Stoke-on-Trent, England. Third game this season for Steel FC, 1-1 on the USL campaign. Richter goes back to Bibbs from Syracuse, works with James Chambers, who has been sensational on this 6-game homestand. Jones now. Out wide to Missimo, playing on the right flank today. 1v1 with Camden. Anderson to change the point of attack. Chambers now to Washington. So Steel FC will have to face a club that's going to play with 2 strikers up top. Haven't seen that for the bulk of the USL season. Missimo is onside past Camden. And looking for the cross. It's low, looking for Jones, but that was cut down by Rochester and out to Turgo. Anderson keeps it on this half. Kone back to Akinyone. Another Chambers who motions Washington to go up high on the left flank. Here's Canardo Forbes now. Rochester in the midst of a 3-game road swing. This is the Rhinos' second consecutive game on the road, coming off of a 1-1 draw at Toronto FC 2. Here's Farrell from Bluebell, Pennsylvania. Went to Wissahickon High School. Camden in his first year with the Rhinos. Valesky. Caught against Akinyode from Matthew France. So Rochester 8-4-6. Bob Lilly's unit has accumulated 30 points on the USL campaign, good for 5th place in the Eastern Conference. Not a good header from Richter, settled by Camden. Cross shut down, however, by Anderson. Chambers now. Gise will find Jones. Switch the point of attack to Missimo. Pass Turgot. Richter now. Anderson playing a little bit higher up the field than what we saw on Thursday, working in the central defense with Nick Bibbs. Second consecutive start for Bibbs. Valesky back tips that. Forbes will work to Turgut. Camden, pass Missimo. Richter can't bail him out. Trails it back to Turgut. Forbes. There's Garzi. Forbes chips that ahead, looking for Valesky. Anderson was there, just got enough and clears. Chance for Jones now. And keep in mind, Brendan Burke said that it wasn't the prettiest of halves in the recent matchup against City Islanders FC. First loss in 3 games as Steel FC began this 6-game homestand, outscoring their opponents 5-0. 3-0 win over Pittsburgh, 2-0 win over Wilmington. So Steel FC is 6-7-6. So this portion of today's match is brought to you by Bethlehem Steel FC. Steel FC returns home to Goodman Stadium to face Toronto FC2 next Sunday. Jones. Out wide to Missimo on his right with a low cross, and finally cleared outside the box by the Rhinos. Vasilis Apostolopoulos last played June 25th against Pittsburgh. He's been dealing with a few leg injuries, so good to see him back in the lineup for Lilly. Chambers out wide to Gise. Turns it inside on his right, low and right to Grinwis. Grinwis is 24 years young from Michigan. In fact, he played with the Wolverines in college from 2010 to 2014. Also spent time with the Michigan Bucks in the PDL. 11th appearance this year. He has an impressive 0.90 goals against average. And a little bit of a different look for Bob Lilly because he's been going back and forth between Grinwis and Tomas Gomez. Grinwis, as I mentioned, started last game. Gomez the game before, 23-year-old from Mexico. But he's sticking with Grinwis today. Anderson on loan. Turns that up to Forbes. Turgot. Now playing more centrally. Chambers had a good tackle, a chance for Washington. Chambers on his left. Kone feeds Chambers again. Looking for Gise. Kept it in momentarily. Goes off of Gabe. Now throw for the Rhinos in Ryan James. James, a 22-year-old from Ontario, Canada. Rochester last year won the USL Championship over LA Galaxy 2. As Washington is down for Steel FC, product of George Mason and a recent draft pick by the Philadelphia Union. Be nice to see a Steel FC victory. Here's another look. Washington colliding with Akinyode. And I say that because of the 5-1 defeat for the Philadelphia Union, the Steel FC's first team at Montreal. Too far from Turgu, right to Matt Jones. Hat trick last night for Didier Drogba. Ignacio Piatti also had a masterful game as well. 9th minute, we're scoreless. Dave Leno and Gwen Begley on the sidelines with you. Matt Castle is off today. Steel FC against the Rochester Rhinos. GC will play to Washington. Direct ball to Richter now. Missimo turns it inside on Forbes. Missimo at the top of the box, down to the left. Pass Gridwis and just wide. Impressive run from the Northwestern product. Cole Missimo to jet past not one, but a duo of players just wide to that far post of Adam Grinwis. It's what Brendan Burke wants to see out of the gate for Steel FC. Back to live action now. That was the first real opportunity for either team so far, testing a keeper. So Garzi is out there with Turgu, Forbes and James are the other midfielders, and up top again, Valesky and Dos Santos. There's a drive, and that's wide. Sekou Kone gave it a blast. Encouraging start for Brendan Burke's unit. Third shot for Steel FC. It's Sekou Kone playing in his 14th game, 20 years young from Liberia. Valesky will give chase. Bibbs was there, does just enough. Falls into the possession of Turgu. Out wide to Camden on his left, and the cross is knocked down by Richter, who will concede the corner. First one for either club this afternoon. Richter did have a goal. Gets Rochester back in the first matchup on May 28th. So it will be Kenardo Forbes, who has 2 goals this season, to take it. Here's the in-swinger by Forbes. It's headed out by Kone. Turgu can't salvage the possession. Gise gives a long run. Off of Camden. Flag is up offside from Steven Dos Santos. Dustin Killick, our AR2 on the opposite side, has the accurate call. So Steel FC tied in points with 24 with Orlando City B, who will play Wilmington later tonight. So a huge matchup here for the playoff race. Remember, the season doesn't end until late September. But on this 6-game homestand, a lot of time left. Richter, the long cross. This stays in. Remarkably, Gise probably thought it was going out in a throw for Rochester. Nonetheless, good work by Richter. Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. Hard whistle there from Matthew France, call against Steel FC. Speaking of the league as a whole, both New York Red Bulls 2 and Louisville City FC were handed just their second losses of the season recently. In fact, Red Bulls 2 had a 12-game unbeaten streak. First loss since May 1st. That was to Charleston. Here's Forbes. Was tackled by Jones. The two will go at it with one another. Camden keeps it alive. And Richter will play back to Jones with the high pressure from Dos Santos. Anderson seeing some numbers the opposite side on that left flank to Washington. Off of Washington last, according to Matthew France, and a throw here for the Rhinos. Ryan James played at Bowling Green. Richter, Kone to Jones, Sekou Kone turns it inside. Numbers for Rochester, Kone staying with it on his left, still with it remarkably, and finally taken away. Farrell and company do well. Give credit for Sekou Kone by himself, however. Just a totally different start from Thursday against City. And that's encouraging moving forward. Dos Santos, past Bibbs and Anderson. Bibbs did well. Cleared away by Matt Jones. Apostolopoulos for Fault. Matthew France blows this dead. Sekou Kone is down towards the top of the box. Look at this run by Kone. Twisting and turning right past Farrell and company. Farrell falls down, and give credit to the Blue Bell, Pennsylvania native to do well, along with, saw number 7 in your screen, Ryan James. It's a great effort from the 20-year-old. A great look by a crew as well. So Kone gets up, and that was good sportsmanship by Rochester. So the players getting a drink on the sideline. And with those temperatures we told you, above 90 degrees here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Rochester this season has 6 clean sheets. Steel FC with 7. So Chambers showing the sportsmanship. Will give it back to the Rhinos. So after this 6-game homestand for Steel FC, Bethlehem goes back on the road for 4 straight. Pittsburgh, FC Montreal, Louisville City, and City Islanders FC. And then 3 of the last 4 are at home. And that certainly will be a push for the playoffs, no doubt, if it remains what we're seeing now, as they're hovering around that number 8 spot in the standings. Again, top 8 in the conference make the USL playoffs from each side, the East and the West. Here's Bibbs from Richter, working in conjunction with Anderson. Gisay. Good ball, Akinyore perfectly finds Missimo. 1v1 with Turgu, he wins that duel. Richter on his left, he's knocked down by Forbes. There's Canardo working with Turgu. Akinyore with his left, playing direct, looking for Gisay, who was cut off by Joseph Farrell, right to Grinwis. Garzi on the right with Ryan James. So James playing up high out of that right back spot. You may see 5 defenders on your screen for Rochester. That's not uncommon from what we're being told from the Rhinos. Tosh is a reserve in this match. Here's Turgut. Looking for Valesky. It's headed by Bibbs. James back to Farrell. Akinyote with the hard tackle. And the culprit, this Matthew France call. Only a frugal 4 losses this season for Rochester. Last one on June 18th against Louisville City FC. Bob Lilly's unit is doing a remarkable job following their championship campaign. Cross played in, headed out by Bibbs from the Farrell leg. Three fouls on Steel FC in this matchup. Apostolopoulos back to Fault. Numbers forward here for Bob Lilly's Rhinos. Turgut, not a good ball. It was light. Missimo could not connect with Kone. So Farrell, who played at Wissahickon High School, and also the FC Delco system. Out there wearing number 15 in the yellow jersey. It's Fall. And a turnover. Chance for Steel FC at the top of the box. Jones and Steel FC strikes first at home. It's Jones' team-high 4th goal of the season. Pass to Apostolopoulos, turned it inside and to the far post, right by Grinwis, who allows his 10th goal of the year. Another individual effort by a Steel FC player. We saw Sekou Kone accomplished that moments ago, and DJ Derek Jones on the board. Four goals on the season for Jones, and the East End Army loves that in the Forge. He surpasses Richter. Brendan Burke's unit has a 1-0 lead over Rochester. Huge goal at home. And the start that Brendan Burke, Steve Hogan, Jeff Cook, Jay Cootie, the coaching staff really wanted. This portion of today's match is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network, proud to be the official healthcare provider of Bethlehem Steel FC. Long throw by Richter, looking for Missimo. Good tackle by Fall, and a strike by Kone. Fifth shot for Steel FC, a goose egg, none for the Rhinos. It's Turgut, collides with Akinyote. Turgut, 24 years old, from France. It's his first year with Rochester, 11th game played this season. Restart for Apostolopoulos. Farrell, too far out of the reach of Garzi. Chambers looking for Kone, got tackled from behind off of Fall. Restart upcoming for Bethlehem. Steel FC looking for their 7th win, the 2016 inaugural campaign. 19 games played, this being the 20th. Rochester, however, has a game in hand in 5th place in the conference. High pressure from Dos Santos. Sanderson side by side with Bibbs. We'll go back to Jones. Akinyore. Chambers, a little bit deeper in the field now. Beautifully spots Richter on his right. To Washington. Richter, the service. Apostolopoulos was there instead. Throw here for Steel FC. 1-0 lead, courtesy of Derek Jones, team high 4th goal of the season. I mentioned the 4 losses this season for Rochester, and a pallid 4 at that. Louisville City FC was their last on this 6-game unbeaten streak. Also lost to Richmond, Orlando City B, and Toronto FC 2. But have never lost by more than a goal. And that attests to the defensive effort of this Rhinos unit. Apostolopoulos on his left, playing direct for Dos Santos. Too far ahead of him, and there's Jones. It's good work by Nick Bibbs. Played 1 year at Caldwell College in '09 before transferring to Syracuse. For the better part of 3 seasons, 2010 to 2012. Here he is on cue. Chambers from Kone. Camden giving chase. 1v1 with Missimo. Throw here for Steel FC, the attacking third. Richter goes back for Bibbs. Valesky challenging him to Anderson. Anderson chips it in. One hop, it falls into the arms of Adam Grinwis. Kone, the closest player for Steel FC. Good communication between Wolf Fall and the goalkeeper, Grinwis. Here's Farrell, who played at LaSalle. Forbes out wide to James. Ryan James. Garzi looking for Turgu, has some room on his left. Out wide to Camden. With the service, headed out by Richter. Canardo Forbes. Garzi. And he'll spot Farrell. Chambers now plays long. Good work nonetheless, trying to hook up with Sekou Kone. Better defensive effort that we've seen the first 27 minutes for Steel FC. Get no shots for Rochester. James. Forbes with some room. Looking for Camden. Run out of room and a throw here for Bethlehem. Both teams ferociously trying to change the point of attack in this matchup. Both 2 attacking-minded teams. You see, they're not sitting back. '28th minute, Dave Leno on the call. Matt Castle with the day off. Gwen Begley on the sidelines. Great to have you with us with our entire TV2 Sports crew. 1-0 Steel FC with the lead thanks to the Derek Jones goal, his 4th of the season. Headed by Apostolopoulos. Foul here on Forbes and Rochester. Restart upcoming for Chambers, and he wants to work quick. Akinyote to Washington. And you notice in between Bibbs and Anderson, now Chambers is coming a little bit deeper, as if to be a Brian Carroll and be a quarterback of the two central defenders for Steel FC, mirroring what the first team does for the Philadelphia Union. Throw here for Richter. Looking for Gise. Turgu with the tackle. Dos Santos is challenged by Jones. Here's Turgu again. Off of Missimo and a throw for the Rhinos. Rhinos in the road yellow. Steel FC in the home blue. Second and last regular season meeting between the clubs. Vantage ball, according to Matthew France, our referee. Dos Santos giving a run. Richter beats him there, however. And will clear with his right. Playing direct for Kone. Fall will settle to Farrell. One goal in just 3 games played for Wall Fall, wearing number 17. It's one of those central defenders for Bob Lilly's unit. Again, Tosh is a reserve in this matchup. Here's Richter. Finds Missimo. Forbes on him. Good moves by Cole. Missimo draws the call. Fouled Forbes and Rochester. So Richter around the ball for Steel FC on the set piece. It's the service. Good ball headed out. Apostolopoulos had the touch. Throw here for Rochester. Good ball nonetheless from the captain, Richter. Turgu clears with his right. Off the chest of Valesky. Garzi will go back to Grinwis. Apostolopoulos. Pie looking direct to Dos Santos. Valesky heads it up ahead off of Dos Santos. Here's the run from Valesky. Bibbs cuts him off, cleared away by Jones. Missimo working with Jones. Forbes had the touch for Rochester. Chambers to settle it with Richter. Washington. Composure's been another theme for Steel FC. We witnessed that over the past few games. Spacing has been impeccable at numerous times. Off of Turgu and a throw here for Steel FC. There's our hydration break, as we'll get one in each half. And for more on these hydration breaks, we send it down at the sidelines and Gwen Begley.
Thank you, Dave. I hope you're staying cool up there. I saw you had a fan, and I'm a little bit jealous of it. But as the players take their hydration break, this is a completely day and night as compared to the team we saw on Thursday. Of course, Bibbs and Anderson got their first start on the back line. They're going to get a little more comfortable with each other. Their offense, Bethlehem Steel's offense, has struggled a little bit this season. They're tied for 6th fewest in the USL with 19 goals. Last game, 7 shots. Only 3 of those were on target. So a completely different team today. The offense is clicking. James Chambers, of course, he has 27 shots so far this season. He's yet to get the monkey off his back. Maybe we'll see that today. And of course, Derek Jones now leads the team in goals with his 4th today. So obviously a big difference from Thursday, and hopefully we'll see more as we continue in this game. Back to you up top.
Yeah, feeling a little bit cooler than you, Gwen. Thanks so much for surviving the elements down there. So each hydration break will last up to 3 minutes. And again, that time will be added in stoppage time to each half. Right now in Bethlehem, it's 97 degrees, feels like 96. Mostly cloudy here. Both teams, well-deserved breather coming back onto the pitch. And as Gwen mentioned it, a lot of running. These teams both have to be in tip-top shape. And when you're dealing with elements like this, it's important for not only the players, but fans and the staff to really remain hydrated, our crew as well. It's Rochester and Steel FC battling each other for the second and last time in the regular season. And today's a test for Bob Lilly's team because he's playing an unknown in Steel FC. Yes, there's some players on loan in this matchup from the Philadelphia Union, like a Missimo, a Washington, and Matt Jones. But remember, Lilly's team won the USL title, defeating LA Galaxy 2 last year, winning in a 2-1 fashion. Give credit to Brendan Burke's team. He's going to go up against anybody. We've seen it multiple times throughout this season against the Goliaths in USL. Albeit losing to FC Cincinnati and New York Red Bulls too, but they were right in those matchups. So today would certainly be a statement win against the Rhinos, who again are riding a 6-game unbeaten streak. If you're just joining us, 1-0. Steel FC with the lead on the goal, 20th minute by Derek Jones. First signee in Steel FC history. There's the captain wearing the armband on his left. Ryan Richter with the throw as we restart play after this hydration break. Anderson to Chambers. Kone back to Chambers. Out comes Grinwis. Grinwis again starting instead of Tomas Gomez for the second consecutive game. Gomez, the backup, at least for this matchup, last started 2 games ago on July 16th in a 3-1 win over FC Montreal. This portion of today's match is brought to you by Music Fest. Music Fest Friday, August 5th. Save $10 on tickets by using promo code SteelFC at musicfest.org. A lot of great bands, Lady Antebellum, Ex Ambassadors, Dierks Bentley, and more. So check out Music Fest today. Kone challenging, fall, out wide to Washington. James on him. There's Chambers on his right. Richter. It's a good ball to Missimo. Pass Camden with the cross to the back post. Gise, the closest player there, as he had collided into Ryan James, keeps it in. Washington ups for Chambers. Into Jones. Back to Chambers. And right at Grinwis. Sixth shot for Steel FC. Still a goose egg for Rochester. A test to the attacking from Bethlehem in this matchup. Valesky goes up 50-50, is won by Anderson. Turgu will give it a try. Instead, Richter was there. And Garzi will corral it. Back to Camden. Camden. Turgu. Challenged by Missimo. Good work by Cole, helping out on the defensive side. And here's Akinyode. Richter playing direct to Gise off his head. Grinwis with the save and will kick it out to Farrell. Very encouraging for Brendan Burke's team on the pitch. A few direct balls. Anderson now. Chambers, Garzi was there instead. Gise coughed it up, trying to get it back from Garzi. There's James. Over to Farrell. Back to Grinwis. Play continues despite a man down for Steel FC. It's Anderson. Finally, the ball cleared away. Athletic trainer is called on to the pitch. 8th game for Anderson, 26 from Brazil. Go back to the blast. Good direct ball. Grinwis steps up huge. Richter to Gise. Here's the play on Anderson going up with Dos Santos. Anderson 26, as I mentioned, from Brazil on loan from Tombense. Started the first matchup in the MLS campaign for the Philadelphia Union at FC Dallas in that 2-0 result. First game of the year, but the Union then responded with the road win at Columbus Crew SC in a successful campaign for the Philadelphia Union to date. Currently now, second place in the MLS Eastern Conference standings. So the fourth official, Daniel Panulo Jr., will give a look at Anderson before he goes back onto the pitch. As we're now in the midst of the 42nd minute, 1-0 Steel FC. Goal by Derek Jones. Anderson allowed back on. And 11 for each side. Washington with the run. To Gise. Akinyode challenged by Valesky. They've kept Christian Valesky quiet. Remember, he scored in back-to-back games for Rochester, headed by Camden. A throw-up coming for Steel FC. Camden. Slide by Turgu. Valesky. Back to Forbes. It's Bradley Camden. Missimo came in. That was good pressure again by Cole Missimo. Not only offensively, but give credit to Cole on the defensive side as well. Working both sides of the field. Akinyode back tips that to Chambers. Out wide now to Washington. James on hit. Washington with the rod, past Farrell. It was cut off by Wall Fall. Foul here on Steel FC. It's Farrell down. Also spent time with New York Red Bulls too in 2014 and last year. Check that, Garzi. It's Michael Garzi wearing 13, 2 goals, his 3rd year with Rochester from New Milford, Connecticut. They look direct for Valesky. Akinyoti has it instead. Good run from Gise to Missimo. As Kone and Chambers up top. Missimo dealing with James. And you see Cole productive from both points of attack, not only in the left flank where he just was, but we've seen him dominant on the right as well, getting services from Richter. Here is the captain. We'll go back to Matt Jones. Still hasn't faced a shot from Rochester. Richter plays direct, looking for Gise. Farrell had a step over him. Grinwis looking for Valesky. Wins it over Anderson. Foul then called by Matthew France on Christian Valesky. Anderson had better positioning. We mentioned off the top that Valesky, wearing number 9 in the yellow, was drafted by the Portland Timbers last season, but did not sign with the club. 32nd overall pick at that. Second year with the Rhinos. Five minutes of stoppage time here in the first half, minimum of 5. Steel FC has a 1-0 lead on the goal by Derek Jones in the 20th. Akinyoti looking for Chambers, searching for Richter. Campton clears. And Forbes collects for Bob Lilly's team. Looking out wide for James, heads it, looking for Valesky on his left. Goal kick, Steel FC. It was a good run from Christian Valesky to split Anderson and Bibbs. You see him jetting past Anderson. Valesky contesting that it went off of Bibbs. Doesn't get the call from Matthew France. Goal kick. Despite Valesky's argument. Foul called here against Steel FC. Good call. It was high from Kone on Apostolopoulos. Restart here for Rochester. And the 27-year-old from Greece will play back to Grinwis. Jones spots Chambers. Akinyoti back to Anderson. Missimo. Sidesteps Turgu. Chambers to Akinyote. Washington now dueling with Ryan James. As we continue to see Steel FC maintain possession against the dominant Rochester club. There's the bending ball from Richter. Apostolopoulos couldn't get a good footing on that one. Throw here for Rochester off of Sekou Kone. As I mentioned, Rochester in the midst of a 3-game road swing. Coming off of that draw at Toronto FC 2. It was at the Ontario Soccer Centre. So a lot of travel for Bob Lilly's unit to contend with coming into today's matchup and these hot and humid conditions in the Lehigh Valley. Washington now. Trying to race past Ryan James. Turns it back. Spots Chambers. Beautiful ball to Richter. Richter, the low cross. Good work by Forbes. There's the jersey tug. This is going to be a booking and an accurate call on Kone. Yellow card charged to Sekou Kone on the jersey tug. Coughed this one up. And after he gave it away, there it is. Good shot by our crew. Right on Forbes, good call by Matthew France. So first booking of the afternoon to Sekou Kone. Restart here for Rochester down a goal. Fall playing direct, looking for Dos Santos. Bibbs was there. Dos Santos looking for the call. He's not going to get it. Nice work by Bibbs. Off of Forbes, here's Akinyote. And that will do it for the first 45. A resounding start for Steel FC on the goal by Derek Jones as they have a commanding 1-0 lead over the defending USL champions. Multiple opportunities and no shots on goal for the Rochester Rhinos, a club who last year defeated LA Galaxy 2 in the 2015 USL Championship. And Brendan Burke and his coaching staff had to be very pleased with the performance from a slew of players, among them James Chambers coming in deeper for Steel FC, coming in between Anderson and Bibbs. Cole Misimo was marvelous in that first half as well, working up top. A different look for Brendan Burke with Gabe Gise and Sekou Kone, Bolu Akinyote and Derek Jones. Terrific work in the defensive midfield. Now to hear from Brendan Burke, led by our very own Gwen Begley.
Thank you, Dave. Now let's talk about this first half a little bit, day and night from what we saw on Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. We moved the ball well. We have to continue to move the ball well. I would expect them to bring their line a lot higher than they did in the first half. So ball speed becomes even more important, but we shouldn't be changing too much about what we did there.
Now let's talk about offense a little bit. 4 goals for Derek Jones now.
Yeah, he can be dangerous from the top of the box if he's not closed down, and hopefully that'll lead to things opening up to slip other players in now, but we have to be a little more aggressive with our runs off the ball to help Derek in those situations.
How do you like Bibbs and Anderson in the back line together?
They've done very well so far. I mean, we conceded the 1 goal off the counterattack against Harrisburg, but they've been relatively clean, knock on wood, so as long as one's up and one drops, they've been good.
All right, great. Thanks, Coach.
And thank you, Gwen. A terrific start for his Steel FC unit, a 1-0 lead over the Rochester Rhinos. Well, the halftime report when we return to Bethlehem. Welcome back to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where the home unit, Steel FC, has the 1-0 lead over the Rochester Rhinos. Dave Leno with you at our halftime report. Let's take a look at that goal from Steel FC. It occurred thanks to the first signee in team history, Derek Jones. And Jones really has played an integral role all season long, an eventual number 8 position for Steel FC. As you see, past Adam Grinwis there. Deceptive shot from Derek Jones. 4th goal of the year, and propels Steel FC to the 1-0 lead. Now, there's been various amounts of shots in this matchup as well from Steel FC. And the total's just 1 for Rochester. Really, from up here, we didn't think any went on frame for the Rhinos, but let's take a look at some of these chances for Steel FC, led by Cole Misimo, the Northwestern grad and pick for the Philadelphia Union, just wide of the far post of Grinwis. He's worked from flank to flank in this matchup. Kone gave it a try as well, just wide of the near post. And again, Misimo, you see him where he was on the left. Here's a situation where he was on the right. This was blasted in as well from Steel FC. Grinwis has had to come up huge on multiple occasions. Derek Jones, again, on the goal look here, giving it a try. You see, he turned it outside, then back in. Really fooled Vasilis Apostolopoulos, as you see Jones delivering. James Chambers really has been integral as well, coming in a little bit deeper. There's the drive from Chambers in this matchup. Richter played direct, looking for Gise off of his head. Grinwis made a fantastic save to his right. So you've already seen various players in this matchup for Steel FC getting in the attack, whether it's a Misimo, Gise, Chambers, Sekou Kone, and of course Derek Jones with the goal. 1-0 Steel FC at the break over Rochester. Our halftime report will continue in just a moment. here at the half. 1-0 Steel FC with the advantage over the defending USL champion Rochester Rhinos. In addition to Derek Jones, who's been forceful this matchup, Sekou Kone, 20 years young from Liberia, has been dominant at multiple junctures as well. Let's take a look at some of his highlights in this matchup. Chambers with the long ball finding Kone. Farrell having to deal with him. Gave it a strike just wide of Gridwiss's net. To see Kone can blast from multiple points of attack. Richter again finding Kone. Jones dropping it off to him, turning it inside on fall. Here's the individual effort. Really loved this early on in the first half. Taking on Farrell. Ryan James had to close that down, but Kone almost turned something out of nothing there for Steel FC. Richter also doing what he does best, these long throws out to Cole Misimo. Turned it inside on fall. Played it again, Kone with the drive, as Adam Grinwiss really has had to watch him all game long. Take a look at some of the numbers here in the first half. 6 shots for Steel FC. No corners, just 1 for Rochester. There's been 10 fouls total, and obviously more chances through the first 45 for Steel FC, who are currently 4-3-2 at home, already with wins over Pittsburgh, Richmond, FC Montreal, and Wilmington, looking for their 5th, as right now they currently sit at 9th place in the Eastern Conference standing. Rochester, conversely, is right now at 5th in the Eastern Conference standing. So they are looking to really fly high and come from behind here on the road. Fans, this August, Bethlehem Steel FC. You can check out ex-ambassadors at Music Fest and save. Use the code SteelFC at musicfest.org and save $10 on tickets to the show. That's ex-ambassadors at Music Fest Friday, August 5th. Save $10 on tickets by using promo code SteelFC at musicfest.org. Lady Antebellum, Burks Bentley, numerous acts will be at Music Fest, which begins on August 5th and I believe lasting until August 14th. So again, musicfest.org to see those terrific performances. Let's take a look at those Eastern Conference standings as well. Remember, the top 8 teams make the playoffs. Steel FC just behind Orlando City B with 24 points in 9th place. Rochester has 30. You see Louisville City FC and New York Red Bulls, too, at the top. Both of them lost their second games of the season. Charleston beat New York Red Bulls 3-2. FC Cincinnati topped Louisville City FC 2-0. Also yesterday, Charlotte shut out Pittsburgh 3-0. Richmond won 3-0 over Toronto FC 2. Tonight, keep an eye on the Wilmington-Orlando City B matchup. I believe that starts at 7:30 p.m. as both clubs surround Steel FC in the Eastern Conference. So a win and Orlando City B loss will put Steel FC back within that top 8, and that will certainly be huge. Wilmington also climbing high as well and could get another 3 points. So, Steel FC currently sitting in 9th place, looks to ascend in the Eastern Conference standings, but first they got to take care of business today, up 1-0 over Rochester. Our second half from Goodman will occur after this. Second half here between Steel FC and the Rochester Rhinos. Steel FC with the 1-0 lead as we are underway in the second stanza. Dave Leno with you, Gwen Begley on the sidelines, and our fantastic TV2 sports crew at Goodman Stadium. Second and last regular season meetings between the clubs. Jones had the goal, 20th minute, his fourth of the season, a team high for Bethlehem, and a throw for James. No changes reported from either team to start the second half. Akinyode spots Chambers out wide to Richter. See Nick Bibbs playing in the back with Anderson. Mickey Daly on loan to the NASL's Carolina Railhawks. So congratulations to the veteran Mickey Daly. Gives an opportunity for Bibbs to get some time and earn his second start. See Matt Jones in goal for Steel FC on loan from the Philadelphia Union. His third game played for Bethlehem. Plays direct looking for Gise. Good work by him to keep this in as he collides into the banners. James looking for Valesky. Anderson is there instead. Steel FC did a great job on Christian Valesky. Had one opportunity in half number one to get past Bibbs. Bibbs had a better positioning on him at that moment. Jones read it well coming out from his six. Dos Santos. And that drive is high. Garzi giving it a go. Eastern Army out in full force. There's another look at it. Just high the crossbar. Garzi has 2 goals this season for Bob Lilly's team. So what answers does he have for the second half? We'll see. Farrell can't win the 50-50. Call against Steel FC here on Kone. So 5 playing in the back in Camden, Farrell, Falk, Postolopoulos, and Ryan James. James often will come up high from that right back spot. Sean Tosh is a reserve from Illinois. Has started multiple games for Lilly's unit as well. Fall chips it ahead for James. Trying to turn it back and beats Washington. And a set piece upcoming here for Rochester. Our match referee again is Matthew France. It's James who's down. There's another look at it, contending with Washington. Yeah, Gise got him. First opportunity for Rochester here. Again, official stats had it as 1 shot. By our count, we didn't have any on the Rhinos. Nonetheless, here's a free kick. Forbes and Camden around the ball. It's Camden with the in-swinger headed away by Chambers. They'll try to salvage the possession. Turgu with the bending ball, looking for Fall. Flags up offside. No goal. AR1, Mark Trailman with the flag up. Offside on the Rhinos. Here's a look. Great job of the Union to hold their line. Farrell and Wall were ahead amid Matt Jones. So accurate call there from Mark Trellman. And back to live action. Gisay will give it a long run. And will run out of room at a throw deep in the defensive end for the Rhinos. This portion of today's match is brought to you by Bethlehem Steel FC. The homestand continues next Sunday at 4 p.m. for Autism Awareness Night. Tickets are on sale now, starting at just $13. Visit BethlehemSteelFC.com or call 844-STEEL-FC for more information. We'll face Toronto FC too. Here's the call against Valesky. Dealing with Anderson. Missimo. Camden can't win it. Throw here for Steel FC. Those are the little things that Cole Missimo, the 23-year-old from Dallas, Texas, can do in the attacking third. Productive player, both points of attack. We've seen him flourish on the right flank and also left flank as well. Even deeper from his striker position or that outside wing. Richter with a long throw inside, headed away by Camden. Jones wins it back. Footed shot by Akinyoti is knocked down. Richter surveying his options. Akinyoti marked by 2. Ups for Washington. Poor touch by Gisay. Here's Dos Santos. Washington was there instead. Gets it back from Jones. Has the run to Missimo, but put it on the outside as Missimo was turning in. Chance to counter with Canardo Forbes. Options up top for Rochester. Turgu. Camden on his left with a cross, headed away by Bibbs. Here's Turgu on his right to the far post. Garzi was there. Washington had a step on him and heads it away. Cleared by Gisay. Gabe will settle with Garzi on him. Garzi the culprit of this call. One yellow in this game. The booking was to Sekou Kone in the first half. So here's the captain, Richter. Richter, through ball. Flag was not up. She was looking for Kone. Grinwis making his second consecutive start in between the sticks for Rochester. Started last game of the 1-1 draw. That was Wednesday at Toronto FC 2. Fall will go out wide to Bradley Camden. There's Farrell from Bluebell, PA. Good ball to Turgu. That's Garzi. James. To Farrell on his right, looking for the back post. Turgu was there. Richter was as well. And there you see once again Cole Missimo helping back in the defensive third, aiding Richter to clear it away for Steel FC. Coaching staff has got to love that from Cole Missimo. In play for Turgu. Off of Akinyoti and a throw here for the Rhinos. Apostolopoulos plays that in. One hop into Jones. Apostolopoulos last played on June 25th in a 2-1 victory over the Riverhounds of Pittsburgh. So if you're a Rhino fan, good to see Apostolopoulos. 27-year-old from Greece in his second year from Rochester. Has been dealing with some leg injuries. Back in the lineup for Lilly. Washington across the field. Shut down by Forbes. Throw here for Bethlehem. Last loss for Rochester, June 18th, against Louisville City FC. It was a 1-0 defeat. They're unbeaten in the last 6 games. Only 6 points separate the clubs, as Rochester has accumulated 30 points in 5th in the East. And as we mentioned at halftime, 24 points for Steel FC. Garzi, past Akinyote. It's taken down. Official says play on. Garzi with it again. A heavy touch. The top of the box, he falls over the ball. Good no call from Matthew France. Forbes takes that away from Washington. Garzi, through ball to Dos Santos. Washington had a step on him. Dos Santos recovers. Crosses it in off the bibs. And a goal! Kenardo Forbes with the equalizer. Third goal of the season for Kenardo Forbes. Valesky gave way to Forbes there, who buried it past goalkeeper Matt Jones. There you see Valesky getting out of the way. Right place, right time. Beautiful work by Forbes to continue his run, and finishes with a beautiful volley on his right foot. 57th minute, and we're locked up at 1 apiece. Jones had the first goal for Steel FC. Turgu. Out wide to Dos Santos. Camden. Dos Santos. Richter on him. Out to Camden on his left with a cross headed by Anderson. Farrell finds James on his left. He'll cross it in, headed away by Bibbs. Right to Akinyote. Now to Chambers. Gise will give it a run. East End Army, supporters section for Steel FC wanted the call against Farrell. They're not going to get it. A throw instead for Ryan James. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Dave Leno on the play-by-play. Matt Castle off today. We wish him well in this weekend. Gwen Begley on the sidelines, braving the elements, and our entire crew, thanks to them on this very hot day, over 90 degrees here in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania area. Again, thanks so much for making the USL part of your Sunday afternoon. Steel FC locked up at 1 apiece with Rochester. Chambers with the in-swinger. It's headed by Apostolopoulos. Valesky will give way to James. He'll clear with his left. Missimo playing a little bit deeper on the right flank from our broadcast booth. Here he is here. Chambers more forward than what we saw in half number 1. He's looking for Akinyote. Late call on Forbes. He's not happy with this. Neither is Bob Lilly. There's the goal scorer, Kenardo Forbes. Third goal of the season. Lilly would have liked that to go the other way. Nonetheless, restart for Steel FC. Chambers tried to play that forward, looking for Kone. Foul on him. This portion of today's match is sponsored by Lehigh Valley Health Network, proud to be the official healthcare provider of Bethlehem Steel FC. It's Grinwis on the restart. Quixote wins the header over Dos Santos. Played ahead by Chambers. Farrell giving chase. Taken down by Kone, no call. Try to get past Fall. Kone on his right. Forbes was there instead. That's good work by Canardo Forbes on the defensive effort. And back to Rochester. So Forbes with his third goal, still behind Dos Santos, Farrell, and Valesky. Valesky in particular pacing Rochester with 6 goals on the 2016 USL campaign. Brendan Burke's unit trying to push towards the playoffs. Talking with Jeff Cook, also coach of the academy team. So Cook sees a lot of the youngsters coming up with the U18 squads, also the U16s as well. Philadelphia Union Academy. We've seen multiple products. Look at Austin Trusty, Mark McKenzie, Anthony Fontana flourish for Bethlehem this season. Here's Dos Santos. Good slide tackle, and it's clean from Washington, and he'll win the goal kick to the dismay of Rochester. And Lilly and company are furious. They don't like the call. Came from Mark Trellman, the AR on the near side, under the instructions to Matthew France. Here's a closer look at it. Good slide tackle by Washington and a great look by our crew. It looks like it, in the end, went off of Dos Santos. So great shot again by our TV2 Sports crew. Looked off of the kneecap on that angle from Dos Santos. So credit Washington with the play. And we continue here in the 63rd minute. We're locked up at 1. Richter now. Too far for Cole Misimo, and a goal kick for Grinwis. Richter last year in the NASL with the Ottawa Fury, so knows what Mickey Daly's going through as he's on loan with the Carolina Railhawks. 11th appearance for Grinwis. He's allowed 10 goals this year, including the one to Derek Jones in the first half. Fall collects, looking for Forbes. Jones stepped up. Turgu. Now wide to James. With his right playing ahead, looking for Dos Santos. Off of Anderson, quick restart here for Rochester. Valesky on the edge of the box. Good defended by Washington to aid Anderson. Ball ends up in the possession of Bolu Akinyote. Jones advances the ball up to Ryan Richter, the captain. As Camden on his back heel. Forbes the nearest player on him, out to Misimo. Turns it inside, on his left, looking for Kone. Jones to Misimo. Here's Gise now. Player down at the top of the box for Steel FC. Washington with his left, crosses it in, headed off of Vestopoulos. Finally whistle from France. Kone's down. That's Sekou Kone. Productive afternoon for Steel FC. 14th game, 20 years young from Liberia. Athletic training staff attending to him at the tail end of the 65th minute. Different attacking options in this game for Steel FC. Corey Burke is a reserve in this matchup. He started recent games for Bethlehem. Gabe Gise getting the start with Paul Misimo. Yeah, here's another look at it. So Kone moving forward there on Apostolopoulos. And there's a little elbow maybe from Apostolopoulos. So Kone still being attended to, and a chance for the other players to get a breather. It looks like Josh Hurd's going to get an opportunity to come into this match. Kone with 1 goal on the season for Steel FC. And good to see him get to his feet. So we're going to get our first substitution of the afternoon. The University of Washington product, Josh Hurd, will come in for Gabe Gise. So Josh Hurd, 21 from Wales, has 2 goals on the season. There's the available reserves. First for Rochester, Samuel, Riley, and Samuels. Terrific players that Bob Lilly can choose from. As for Steel FC, see Hurd just came in, Lucchini, Roy Brown, Corey Burke with options up top. So just 1 change in. And that's Hurd wearing number 40 in the dark blue jersey. Back to live action, Turgu. He touch from Garzi, collects it over Misimo, however. Chips it in, looking for Dos Santos. Off of Anderson's head, and thank goodness for Steel FC, wide of Matt Jones. Will be a corner in just the 2nd of the afternoon for the Rhinos. So Sekou Kone is back on the pitch for Steel FC. And Kennardo Forbes will have the 2nd corner. There's the outswinger. It's a low ball. Cleared out. James looked for Forbes. Richter was there. Throw for the Rhinos. Forbes works quick, looking for Valesky, headed by Washington. Akinyode twisting and turning away. No call against Valesky. There's Jones. Call against Dos Santos in Rochester. Remember, Dos Santos has scored in 2 of the last 4 games against FC Montreal and FC Cincinnati. Here's Richter with the bending ball. He was looking for Kone, was cleared out. And Apostolopoulos fell on Valesky. Restart. It's quick for Steel FC. Chambers on his left. Through to Josh Hurd. Hurd with the ball. It's shut down by Wall. Kone continued to the run. Chambers can't win the header over Garzi. Dos Santos back to Forbes. Couldn't get all of it there. Garzi. Past Akinyode. Bolo with a good run. Richter get it back from Matt Jones. 1-1 game. Goals by Jones for Steel FC. Canardo Forbes with the equalizer for Rochester. Herbs went outside. Throw here for Steel FC. Kone dealing with Farrell outside the box. And a goal kick after this hydration break. So again, in each half, we're having hydration breaks because the temperature exceeds 90 degrees. So a well-deserved rest for both clubs. Let's go down to Gwen Begley.
Thanks, Dave. The conditions are a lot better now that the sun's not out. There's a nice breeze, so it's gotten a little bit better out here. Of course, you still need those hydration breaks. Steel FC hasn't seen a lot of time in Rochester's end of the field. Matt Jones being tested. Wasn't tested too much in the first half, but the defense on Rochester's side has been pretty successful this season. They've conceded only 50 shots on goal, which is the fewest of any side in the USL. And of course, they've got two potent goalkeepers, 0.89 goals against average for Grinwis and Gomez combined. So hopefully they'll be seeing some more action here as we continue throughout this second half. Back up to you.
Thank you, Gwen. Yeah, that Lily has had to change between Grinwis and Gomez, and coming in for this Steel FC 6-game homestand where Bethlehem has been successful, Gwen, as you see the home cooking, outscoring opponents 5-0 over Pittsburgh and Wilmington. Lost a tough one to City Islanders FC back on Thursday, but Brendan Burke has to love the way his club has come out against Rochester. He still wants them to be attack-minded. Keep in mind, 2 more games on this 6-game homestand, which is a season long, and it's against Toronto FC 2 and then Charlotte Independence on August 7th. So knotted up at 1 apiece here in the 73rd minute from Goodman Stadium in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Rochester unbeaten in their last 6. Steel FC has won 2 of their last 3. And despite the playoffs occurring after October, Steel FC looking for a victory today, but they'll have to stop Canardo Forbes and company. Here's their goal back in the 57th minute, played it by Dos Santos. Valesky gave way to Canardo Forbes. That leveled this match at 1 apiece. It's a beautiful volley and finish from Canardo Forbes from Jamaica last year with Waterhouse FC. Back to live pictures. Anderson, good slide tackle off of Valesky. Now in the 74th minute. Dave Leno handling the play-by-play. Gwen Begley along the sidelines, and our entire fantastic TV2 sports crew here in Bethlehem. Leveled at 1 between Rochester and Steel FC. Forbes will go out wide to James. It's Turgu. Turgu finding Dos Santos. Missimo marking him. Valesky put his hands up in disgust. That outlet by Adam Grinwis. Goes to the opposite keeper, Matt Jones. 30 years old from Stoke-on-Trent, England. On loan from Belenenses. Canardo Forbes. To Valesky. 1v1 with Anderson. Valesky looking for Dos Santos. Turns it inside. On his right. It's shut down by Bibbs. Turgu with a drive, and that's well high of Jones. Nick Bibbs on multiple occasions has come through in clutch moments on the defensive side for Steel FC. And right on cue, puts his right foot out to nullify Dos Santos. Second straight start for Bibbs. Washington. Quinones fighting Chambers, chips it ahead, was looking for Kone. Chambers wanted the call against Fall. He's not going to get it from Matthew France. This August, Bethlehem Steel FC fans can check out ex-ambassadors at Music Fest and save. Use the code SteelFC at Music Fest and save $10 on tickets to the show. Visit musicfest.org for more information. We're going to get our second substitution for Brendan Burke at Steel FC. Corey Burke's going to come in for Colt Misimo in the 76th minute. Great effort from Cole Misimo today in his 15th game on loan for the Philadelphia Union. Kept harping on it. All points of attack from the left and the right flanks, offensive and defensive sides of the field. He's looked good for Steel FC. So out comes Burke, 12th game for him. Here's Jones, wins it over Forbes. Kone tried to go out wide to Richter, instead Turgu was there. Looks for Dos Santos. He's offside, flag is up. Here's Corey Burke, who just came in. Chambers switches the point of attack to Richter. Richter with the cross, headed out by Camden, and a corner upcoming for Steel FC. First corner for Steel FC this afternoon. It will be the captain, Richter. Here in the 78th minute with the outswinger. The top of the box cleared away by Dos Santos. Washington surveying his options and will spot Richter. Go back to Matt Jones. Richter playing direct, looking for Burke and Kone. Headed by Falk. Chambers with it. Marked by two, finds Kone. Chambers ahead, looking for Hurd. Headed by Fall once again and cleared by Turgu. Anderson keeping this alive. No flags up. Burke goes up amid Gridwis, who corrals it over his head. Fall. Hard whistle. We're going to get a card on Corey Burke in the 79th minute. Second yellow issued to one of Brendan Burke's players. And that time it's Corey Burke as Fall takes a seat. There's a look as to why the yellow card was assessed on Fall. Burke just extends his right hand. Not a good challenge for Corey Burke. You can see why Matthew France went to the book. Here's the restart from Grinwis. Headed by Bibbs once again. Burke with it now. Forbes trying to outduel him. Apostolopoulos to Camden. Dos Santos. Camden off of Akinyode. Throw here for Rochester. So it looks like we're going to get three substitutions coming in for Rochester. see Tosh wearing number 4. Sonny Samuels wearing 12. Dominic Samuel wearing 21. So Tosh will come in first. He replaces Camden. All these substitutions occurring in the 81st. Sonny Samuels also in as well. Valesky's afternoon is over for Lilly. And the same with Turgu. So Camden, Valesky, and Turgu are off. Bob Lilly going with a few changes. As Sonny Samuels, who just came in, is out wide. Chance here. Rochester. Samuels on his right. It's through everybody inside the 6. Jones will have to come out. Tosh and Samuel, both natural defenders for Rochester. But a new look up top with Dos Santos. And the guy who's pressing high, number 12 in the yellow jersey, Sonny Samuel, second year with the Rhinos. Here's Washington. Chambers inside the circle, out wide to Richter. Washington. Jones turning inside on Forbes on his right. Chambers tips it ahead, headed by Fall, and cleared away for Rochester. Bibbs to keep it on this half. Richter out wide to Akinyoti, playing higher from his position. Anderson off of Samuels, chance to counter for the Rhinos. Long run for Sonny Samuels and Anderson. Anderson gets shoved. This will be a call against Sonny Samuels. Now, would you like to have your group or team walk out with the starting 11, high-five your Steel FC players before warm-ups, or play on the field at halftime of a Steel FC game? You could do all that and more through a Steel Group experience. Call 844-STEEL-FC for more information. Level at 1 apiece. Bethlehem, Steel FC against the Rochester Rhinos. Bibbs with the ball up high. Dos Santos past Bibbs. Trouble for Steel FC. Dos Santos looking for Samuel. Washington comes in to clear at the top of the box. Dominic Samuel just came in. Turns the corner on Washington. Foul called against Washington. Doesn't like the call. The AR, Mark Trailman on the near side, had it. And a free kick just outside the box upcoming for the Rhinos. Here's why. So numbers inside the 16 for Bob Lilly's unit. Lettering instructions to Canardo Forbes, who will take it. 84th minute, we're deadlocked at 1. Here's Forbes on the outswinger, and it's headed away from Steel FC. Third substitution upcoming for Bethlehem. So Burke going right with Bob Lilly, making 3 changes. Jamie Lucchini, the Lehigh University product, will come in for Sekou Koenig. Hurd, Burke, and Lucchini. The reserves in for Steel FC. Still deadlocked at 1, now in the 86th minute. Burke can't win it in the air. Instead, it was Farrell from Wissahickon High School. Garcia tried to play it to Samuels. Here's Bibbs from Akinyoda. Richter advancing. James cut him off. Can't keep it in. Throw for Bethlehem. Get into the game through the USL social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. Bibbs trying to play direct to Burke. Foul called against Burke. Kostelopoulos had better positioning on him at the top of the box. Restart upcoming for the Rhinos. Brendan Burke certainly knows what's on the line in this matchup. His club now 9th in the East. Rochester 5th. 13 fouls assessed to Steel FC. 9 for Rochester. Grinwitz with the restart. Headed by Akinyoda. Anderson out to Washington. Washington playing that forward. Off of James. Chambers will have the restart. Give way to the captain, Richter. Two working in tandem. Washington playing that through to Burke. Didn't look like a bad ball from Taylor Washington, but Burke didn't continue his run. Maybe thought he was offside. Goal kick here for Grinwitz. Next home match next Sunday, July 31st, 4 p.m. start against Toronto FC2. For tickets, BethlehemSteelFC.com or 844-STEEL-FC. Tickets as low as $13. Gilavogi wearing number 6. You see him there. Enters. 4th sub for Lilly. In for Dos Santos, who's off. Foul against Steel FC. Rhinos looking for their 9th win this year. Steel FC, it's 7th. And Farrell appears to be all right and back to his feet. Closing in on the tail end of this USL Eastern Conference match, Rochester and Steel FC. Grinwitz with a restart and a good ball up ahead. Looking for Samuels, headed by Anderson instead. Garzi was there, trying to keep it in the attacking third. Farrell to Samuel. Off of Akinyoda. Long throw, looking for Asani Samuels. Hurd was there. Clears with his left. Fall up ahead to Garzi with his left. Tosh, through ball, Samuels with his right, it's wide of Jones. Sonny Samuels has come on and been a force up top. Tosh with an opportunity. The defender who came in as a sub, right to Samuels, who blasted it wide. 6 minutes of stoppage time, minimum of 6 in this match. A lot of time for both clubs to do damage. Garzi plays it forward. Gilavogi, past Bibbs. Good work by Nick Bibbs yet again. Foul of Gilavogi. Restart upcoming for Steel FC. Terrific defensive performance by Nick Bibbs this afternoon. Multiple headers in half number 1 has come up huge in 1v1 situations in half number 2. Off a fall, Hurd will give chase. Throw for Steel FC. Ahead to Burke. Burke over Tosh. Chambers with his left. It's knocked down by Forbes. Akinyode finding Jones, turning away from Forbes. Jones stays with it. Call against Rochester. Set piece upcoming for Steel FC. Jones doing great work to allow this free kick to occur. In the midst of stoppage time, in half number 2, Richter, the captain, around the ball. With the in-swinger, and it's headed wide. Anderson looked like the closest player towards the 6 for Steel FC with a crack at it. A foul was called against Bethlehem. Here's the opportunity. There you see Anderson. Had an attempt, no doubt. Great look by our crew. Right up the top of Anderson's head. Jones tackled by Fall. Chambers tries to help him out. He cannot. Forbes out wide. Gilavogi trying to get past Richter. Gilavogi. Richter and Bibbs work well in tandem with one another. Out to Chambers. Lucchini. Here's the Lehigh University product, through ball. Looking for her, too far in front of them. Goal kick, Rhinos. Foul called against Rochester. Will be a restart. Matthew France wants this ball batted at its proper location. Bob Lilly looking to come out here on the road with a point. Chambers to Richter, can't win it in the air. Burke at the top of the box will give it a try off of Farrell. Out comes Grinwis, leaping over Corey Burke. Still in the midst of stoppage time. 1-1 game. Bibbs can't win it. Gilavogi, closest player there with Samuels. James tried to keep that alive. Canardo Forbes who had the equalizer. Over to Garzi. Good tackle by Akinyode. He's the culprit of the call. And Brandon Burke is livid on the sideline. He can't believe it. Garzi is down. It appeared that Akinyode had a clean tackle on Michael Garzi. Got the ball, got a little bit of the foot of the end. It didn't look all that much from that angle. Went right ball first. In fact, got the ball first before the foot. So nonetheless, Garzi is down, and the athletic training staff attending to him in this situation. So some time added here already at stoppage time, which started out at 6 minutes. So hopefully Garzi's all right. Zach Quixote thought he had the clean tackle. Third year with Rochester for the 25-year-old from New Milford, Connecticut. Played at Colgate, terrific school from 2009 to 2012. So Garzi, it appears, is going to come off. And Sean Riley, who will appear in his 5th game this year, will be another substitution for Bob Lilly. So out comes Riley, wearing 16 in the yellow jersey. There you see him there. Restart for Forbes and Rochester on the free kick in stoppage time. Canardo Forbes chips it in. Bibbs with a good job. Goal kick, Steel FC. Riley on his left, looking for Gilavogi. And Samuels up top, cleared away by Richter. Farrell, Forbes, the goal scorer, on his right. Gilavogi, offside, flags up. Corey Burks up top. Farrell won it in the air over Chambers. Forbes with his right, and that will do it. This match is in the books as we reach full time, a 1-1 draw between Rochester and Steel FC. Canardo Forbes at the equalizer in the 57th minute, and we'll wrap it up. 1-1 draw between Steel FC and the Rochester Rhinos. Now down to the field, Gwen Begley with Taylor Washington.
Thank you, Dave. Now, offense came out with a lot of energy here in the first half. It slowed down a bit in the second. What do you think your team's overall effort here today?
I think we were the better team by far. We outplayed them for a majority of the game, and then, a couple moments, lapse moments, and it was unfortunate on the goal. But overall, we came with energy, opened the game up well, which we wanted to do. It's a shame, we didn't get the result, but, a lot of positive things to come from it.
Now, obviously, 1 point is better than none. So moving forward, how can you guys kind of come back and get those 3 points in your next game next Sunday?
Yeah, I think we just got to keep doing what the coaches are saying. Their plan and philosophy is working. We just got to make sure we execute it. And in soccer, that's the hardest thing to do at times. But I think this team is able to do it, and we always bounce back. So the loss the other day and get a point today. Next time it's going to be 3 points.
All right, great. Thanks, Taylor.
Thanks, Mike.
We're bringing Coach Brendan Burke. Hey, Coach. Now, as I was just saying to Taylor, great offensive effort. We talked in the half. Team came out with so much energy in the first, kind of slowed down a bit in the second, a lot of fouls. What do you think of the overall effort?
I think there were a lot of fouls that we didn't get, but at the same time, bad decision-making on our side, on the left side in particular in the second half, led to their goal. Otherwise, they created nothing. So very, very disappointed today because the team on the whole played very well.
Now, Jones' second start for your team. How did you think of his performance today?
Sorry, Matt Jones?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought Matt did great, and he did great against Harrisburg, too. Nothing he could have done on either of those goals. He's a good leader. He communicates well. Very happy with Matt. Very happy with the whole group today. Just one silly error can cost you a game, and it did.
Now, next week, you got another big, tough one at Game 4 of this 6-game homestand. What are you looking forward to this week at practice?
Some time to recover. We went Thursday to Sunday, which is always tough, but every team in the league has to do it. So now you rest and recover a little bit, and then start to focus on ball speed again, because I thought it dropped off a little bit in the second half.
All right, great. Thanks, Coach.
And thank you, Gwen. Here's the scoring summary. Jones got it started in the 20th. Canardo Forbes with the answer in the 57th. Let's take a look at the goals in this matchup. Derek Jones with a terrific run back in the first half for Steel FC, something that they really needed because they played an impressive first half here at Goodman Stadium against a very potent attack in the Rochester Rhinos. Jones with his team-high 4th goal of the season. Again, that occurred in the 20th minute. And here's a look at DJ, the first signing in Steel FC history, getting it started. The giveaway by James, and Jones skirts past Postolopoulos and really fooled Adam Grinwis to give the lead to Bethlehem. But the answer for Rochester in the 57th minute, Dos Santos with a very physical play on Taylor Washington. Crossed it in, Bibbs couldn't clear, Valesky gave way to Canardo Forbes. It's Forbes' 3rd goal of the year. That was the equalizer to level this one at 1 apiece. With the draw, Steel FC improves to 6-7-7. Rochester improves to 8-4-7. 1-1 between Steel FC and the Rochester Rhinos. On behalf of our statistician, Carl Graber, Gwen Begley on the sidelines, and our entire TV2 Sports crew, this is Dave Leno saying so long from Goodman Stadium in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where Steel FC and the Rhinos battle to a 1-1 draw. We'll talk to you next Sunday, where Steel FC will host Toronto FC 2. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone.